Sensei has a variety of quiz types and ways of measuring student progress through the course. Quizzes are set in the individual lessons. Let's look at these now. Go to one of the lessons, click Edit, and scroll down to the quiz setting sections down at the bottom of the page. This is where we decide whether learners have to achieve a pass mark in order for the lesson to be marked as complete, and if so, what the pass mark is. I'll set it to 100% because my questions are rather easy. You can also choose whether to show the questions in random order or in the order that you wrote them. If the quiz consists of just multiple choice or yes/no questions, you can set the quiz to be marked automatically. And lastly, you can decide whether learners are allowed to retake the quiz or not. Then down to the questions themselves. I'll demonstrate each of these and we can see what they look like in the test browser. First, a multiple choice question. As with the questions, you can choose whether to randomize the order of the answers or display them in the order that they were written. Now when we go to the lesson in the test browser, a new button appears, View the Lesson Quiz. Click on that and we can see the questions. Now I'll add a dummy example of each of the other question types, just so that we can see what they look like on the front end. Now in the test browser we can see that the order of the questions are displayed in, has been randomized. If we don't want that, we can go back and deselect Randomize Question Order and click Add Question. And now the questions are displayed in the order we wrote them. As you'll appreciate, setting a pass mark here in the quiz settings, combined, if you want, with specifying prerequisite lessons which have to be done before you can take this lesson, makes it possible to control student progress through the course very exactly if you need that level of control. When you create questions, they're automatically added to the question bank, allowing you to reuse questions in different courses if you want. Now, a quick look at grading and learner management. Click on Sensei, Grading, and click on the course and lesson to see a record of all learners' activities in the quizzes. If you have questions which require the teacher to mark them, so that's anything other than yes, no and multiple choice, then you can mark them here and give feedback. Now, Learner Management, so that's Sensei Learner Management. Here you can click on Manage Learners and you can see for each lesson whether it's been completed or not, and you can remove the learner from lessons. The Send a Message button on the lesson page lets students send a private message to the teacher. And then you can read that in the back end by going to Messages. How much you want to make use of quizzes and the various learning management features is very much up to you and the style and purpose of your course. A high level of control with prerequisite lessons and pass marks is needed if you're awarding credit-bearing certificates, where stakeholders have to know that the learner really did do the course and really did achieve certain pass marks in the tests. Alternatively, if your course is much more a resource for visitors to dip into and use as they wish, you could have quizzes to reinforce learning, but deselect the Pass Required checkbox. Or you can remove the quizzes altogether and just let learners mark the lessons as complete themselves. I'm not going to use quizzes at all on this course, so I'll delete all these questions. And in Sensei settings, I'll have courses are complete set to at any time. This gives learners maximum flexibility. In the next lesson, we'll look at some tweaks to improve the appearance of the Sensei components of the site.